Hey everyone, today we're going to be discussing the full moon in Aquarius. So the energy of the full moon will last 2 weeks. This full moon will be in Aquarius that I usually describe as a very social friendly sign. The negatives are that sometimes the energy of Aquarius can be a bit distant or aloof. I always describe it in my readings as when I want the love, affection, attention, I want you around me. But when I want my space and freedom, keep your distance. So the energy of the next 2 weeks is actually going to be very positive when it comes to building connections and focusing on, uh, being social, connecting with others, and actually even focusing on collaborations and working with others. So the energy is going to be very positive, especially with Neptune and Pluto also being there to help out. So let's get started. Aries. So the energy for the full moon will fall in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. The next 2 weeks is actually going to be a time to focus on building connections, friends, and being just social and outgoing. This could be a time when you attend events or parties, or maybe you put together an event or party. This is actually going to be a time to connect with others. So during this full moon, Neptune is actually going to be supporting the full moon from your second house of earned income. This could be a time where you may actually gain a job from a friend. Maybe through connections, you build these connections to make money. For example, like a realtor that builds on connections to eventually sell a house, to make a sale and make a commission. The next 2 weeks is actually a very social time for you to just get out and meet new people. Maybe you build some friends at work, or some people that you connect and socialize help you out, as I said, through a work connection or getting you a job. The next 2 weeks is actually a great time to really be out there building those connections, socializing, making new friends. And you never know, as some of these friends may actually help you at the end to possibly sell a house or to get a new job. Taurus. The next 2 weeks, the focus will be in your career house. This could be a time where it brings you a promotion or advancement or an opportunity to make more money. This will also be a time where there could be a great opportunity or a great connection that could bring you a job. This is actually a really good time to make a presentation or do well in meetings and interviews. You will actually be surprised at how well you will actually craft and create a project that can really make a great impression with others. I feel this is actually going to be a great time for you to collaborate and connect with others that can really help you advance in your career. Again, this could also be a time to pursue a business venture, or maybe you start putting together, a collaboration, a project, a creative project that will help you in your business. So the next 2 weeks is actually going to even be a time where you are willing to take greater risk and chances than what you have in the past. This can easily bring about results. It's just that sometimes you want to be also a little cautious, but you never know at the end what it can actually present for you. So this is actually a time for you to take those chances and see what type of results it brings you at the end. But the next 2 weeks is great for your career. That can bring you great opportunities. Gemini. So the full moon is going to fall in your 9th house of long distance trips, foreign people and places. The next 2 weeks will bring a time for you to possibly travel afar, broaden your horizons. Maybe you decide to go back to college or university to study something new. Or it could be that you are just going into college to see where you can really focus on your career and maybe just even start a new career path. This is actually going to be a time where you're going to be open to new opportunities, building new connections. And as a matter of fact, Neptune is actually going to be supporting this full moon from your career house. And this could bring about long-term career opportunities for you. If you have been debating about going to school or maybe taking on a new studies to get certified for your career, this will actually be very positive for you that can bring about long-term opportunities and benefits. This is actually going to be a time that could really pay off for you. So if you have been considering it to pursue something or not, you're actually going to be surprised that this is actually going to be a motivation and a push to get you to move forward, to take those greater chances, especially if you have been hesitant in the past. This is actually going to be a time where you are willing to take those chances. Cancer. So the focus is actually going to be on your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans. The next 2 weeks can bring a time when you may be taking care of some debts or bills. It could also be that you are taking on new debt. This could be a home loan, a car loan, maybe child support, alimony, some joint financial obligations. It could be for the positive, but at the same time, this could also be a time when you decide to pay off some debts or bills. This is actually a time when you may be looking to find your freedom. And sometimes the freedom could be from debt. So this is actually going to be a time when you may be budgeting, saving, looking over your finances, and even focusing on how to take care of your financial obligations for the future. So the benefit that you're going to have is that Pluto is actually going to be supporting you during this time to put you more in a place of being more disciplined with your finances and looking over your financial obligations. So this could be more of a time of being more restrictive with the finances or any financial obligations. So it'll actually help you so you're not getting carried away. So that'll be very beneficial for you. Any new debt that you're taking on, it looks like you're really looking over the small tedious numbers to make sure you get the best deal, whether it's like the best interest rate or just making sure maybe you can pay off at a quicker period of time. So just kind of be aware that any financial obligations at this time that it'll be positive where you'll be more cautious, but this could also be a time to pay off, some of these obligations and just be free from it. Leo. So the full moon will fall in your partnership house. The partner could be someone personal or professional. It could be someone you are building a career with. So you're collaborating with others, like a joint partnership, or this could be a client or a customer or an employee. This could also be somebody that you have a relationship with, whether it's just a partnership, a companion, a spouse. So the next 2 weeks is actually going to be a time to focus on making more time for each other, giving more towards one another. Any kind of collaborations will actually be very positive on a creative level, because this will actually be very good to put projects together. This could actually bring about great opportunities to build on the career. Now, if you are in a personal relationship, maybe there could be an engagement or marriage. This could also be a time where you may even find just kind of exploring and going to new places that are very have a lot of lights and glamour, like a Las Vegas kind of thing. So if you have been looking maybe to get out and explore different places, this is actually a really good time to just kind of get out, and a really good time to just be open to new opportunities. If you are looking and pursuing the career and collaborating with others, as mentioned before, this could be a great time to put a project together, pursue opportunities to really advance in your career and build more financial security. And this could bring about opportunities that build more financially. So this could be a time to, really be open to new possibilities. On a personal level, this could bring a great love, commitment, soulmate, marriage, or just someone that you build a great connection to. Virgo. So the full moon is actually going to fall in your sixth house of work, service, and health. So the next 2 weeks will bring a time where you could be seeing an increase of tasks and projects. This could also be a time where you will focus on your health and well being. Now, the next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to focus on working hard for the money or running into other opportunities that could make you more money. This could also be a time to take care of your health by exercising and losing weight. If you need to go to the doctor or get any kind of exams or tests, the next 2 weeks will be a great time to do so. Now, there will be support from the partnership house. So, this could be a time of collaborations, especially on a work project. If you are working towards taking care of or putting a project together, your creative skills are actually going to be pretty strong, and this can actually really help you out. Now, there might be a bit of tension going on during the next 2 weeks. This kind of reminds me when there's a little having to have a timeline on things and you need to get things done by a certain period of time. That kind of tension, it's not anything that you can't manage, whether that tension is related to others or something that you need to take care of yourself. But once you get everything taken care of, everything just seems to come together. You'll be able to manage it. And overall, it does look very positive for you to feel that things could be balanced out. So it's a good time for work. There could be other opportunities for financial security and stability, and maybe even more work that can bring you more money. Libra. So the full moon will fall in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. Actually, this is a really good full moon for you. It's not just about love and relationships and children, but it's also about putting together your greatest creative skills. For instance, with Neptune and Mercury actually supporting this full moon, if you are putting a project together, especially in relation to music, movies, painting, any kind of artistic skills, abilities, and projects, you will do quite well. I would say the next 2 weeks are looking very, very positive with that. So the next 2 weeks could bring a time to find love or fall in love. There could be the possibility of a relationship ending, but that is only if you have already been having issues with that person. This could actually be even a great time to just get out and socialize, maybe go to parties or events, depending on your area. It's a great social time to get out and meet different people. So, the next 2 weeks is going to be a time where you could possibly be spending time with children or maybe possibly hearing news of a baby on the way. This might actually put you in surroundings with children, whether it's birthday parties or other events relating to children or events connected to them. So the next 2 weeks is actually going to be a really good time to just be out there socializing, but also a really good time to craft and create and put creative projects together. So this is a really good time for you, especially if you want to focus on that. But the energy overall for the next 2 weeks is actually looking really, really good. So this is a great time to take advantage of the energy that is there for you and see what kind of opportunities come about for you. Scorpio. So the full moon is actually going to fall in your fourth house of home. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to relocate, renovate, or make changes around the home. What actually is interesting is that Neptune and Mercury support this full moon. So this could actually be a great time for you to create and decorate and design around the home. If you're looking to make some changes in the home, maybe designing, decorating, doing some changes, the next 2 weeks is actually going to be looking very, very positive for you with that. So the next 2 weeks can actually also bring a time for you to either move in or move out of the home. Maybe someone moves into your home. This could be the possibility of moving out of the home because there is a baby on the way. Maybe you need more space. Maybe it could be for children, or maybe you're changing school districts and need to make those changes for a child. The next 2 weeks is also a really great time for you to focus more on the home. And this could be Maybe you're starting to save and start preparing yourself to purchase a home or maybe even to rent an apartment. The next 2 weeks will make you focus on putting that energy into focus and where you want to be at for the future. So the next 2 weeks is actually a really good time for you. This could actually be a time to even visit someone in their home and spend time with them, especially to visit a parent, maybe a grandparent. This can actually be a really good time to just get out and spend time with them. Sagittarius. So the full moon will fall in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to take a quick short trip out of town or someplace nearby. It could also be that you decide to repair or replace a vehicle, a computer, a cell phone, or telephone. Now, what's interesting is that Neptune is actually going to be supporting this full moon from your fourth house of home. This could be a time where you just decide to maybe visit some family or friends at home, or it could be that maybe you decide to go on a vacation to a timeshare, or maybe do one of those vacation homes to just get away for a few days. This is actually a time to rest and relax, maybe just catch up on sleep or just focus on you and your family. This is actually also a time to focus on family by connecting and communicating and even reaching out to them through emails and text messages. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to see an increase of emails and phone calls, but also a great time to just socialize and connect with even your own neighbors, especially if you haven't really been that interactive with them or just even checking in on them. This is a great time to take a quick short trip around town or explore new places in your neighborhood. Capricorn. So the focus is going to be about finances. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to receive a raise or maybe even get a new job or a new financial or job opportunity. This could also be a time for you to build long-term security, especially when Pluto and Neptune are involved. This is actually going to be a time to think about the long term versus what gets you by for the next 6 months or a year. This is actually going to be a time where you are being more thorough in planning for the long term. And this could possibly even get you to the point of even looking for a job in another city or in another state. Now, this is going to be where I would say you are being more meticulous, doing more research, looking at the tedious details and facts and figures before making any final decision. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make any decision at this moment. There could be the possibility of making a final decision towards the end of August when we have another full moon in your second house of earned income. So things that are going on now may actually be finalized by late August or early September. So this could be a time for you to benefit financially. And if you have been waiting for a raise or an opportunity to make more money, this could be a time where finally things start coming together for that. Aquarius. So the full moon will actually fall in your own sign and house. What's interesting is this isn't the only full moon that will be in your own sign for this year. As a matter of fact, next month, we have another full moon for you around August 22nd that will also fall in your own sign. So the next few weeks is actually going to be a time where you get to focus on what's going to make you happy and where you want to be at in the future. Now, what I keep getting for you is that there's going to be kind of this time for you where you're starting to think more about what changes do you need to make that could actually even affect relationships, family, your finances. So this is kind of, I wouldn't call it a new beginning, but maybe a continuation of thoughts and ideas that you've had for a while. The full moon sometimes will complete or finalize some decisions. Maybe you are at a point where you're finalizing decisions for your future. And if it affects in the sense of maybe moving away, or it could be maybe even moving back home. But this can actually bring about a new chapter in your life. And it's time for you to feel like, if I don't do these changes now, I'm either going to miss out or I'm never going to do it. So this is actually a time where you find yourself really making some critical decisions that in the next few weeks can really affect what you're going to do down the road and for the long term. Pisces. So the next 2 weeks will be all about you and your personal wants and needs. But this is actually going to be a time to take care of what has not been working in your life. This could be a time to get rid of unhealthy habits or people from your life. This could also be a time to rest and relax and catch up on sleep. Now, you're going to still have a burst of energy thanks to Mars boosting your energy house, and this could be a time to work hard and take care of tasks and projects. Later on, your focus will be on partnerships and finances for late August. But right now, the focus is going to be about what has not been working out for you and time to discard or get rid of. It might be a bad habit, or it might be someone that's unhealthy in your life. This is actually also going to be a time where you want to focus on taking care of you. The energy will continue on actually for about 4 to 6 weeks because there will be another full moon in your 12th house. So right now the focus is going to be about producing, planning, and this could actually be in private. I feel the next 2 weeks are going to be a very beneficial time for you, and this is actually going to be a time where you actually do well for yourself in producing and creating these projects. It could be writing a book or putting an item together like music or videos. This will also be a time to take care of yourself and take care of your health. But you will also have a lot of energy to take care of tasks and projects, to work hard, and this could actually easily produce more financial income, as I said, late August and September time. So right now you are working towards building something significant that I feel will pay off later on, and even most likely later on this year.